I don't know if you're aware, but I am giving you the most advanced teaching in the world today. I am offering you the shortcut. Very, very intense shortcut. All the words up to now are pointing at the same thing. Go back and watch any video. They're all pointing at the same thing, you. And when the finger is pointing at you, the mind shakes, you see. The mind shakes and comes in defense. Oh no, I don't know, I can't see that, you know. Yeah, but I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about Jesus. You see, mind will detract everything from you. And because of this advanced teaching and this shortcut, only a few are taking advantage, you see. Only a few are beginning to something is shifting. Something is moving to the side. And it keeps being confronted by this thing that moves in front of it every moment. The reasoning I realize now, as the person returning, that these words are so complex. These videos are so mundanely boring and repetitive are because it's better to be honest and truthful than to shimmy around, you know, invite thousands and play some nice music, and hopefully a few will make the first step. But I am asking you, through all these videos, not to make the first step, to simply dissolve. Not one step, not hundreds of steps, not thousands of steps, no mantras, no practices. Simply dissolve in your own being right now. You see? And I'm not expecting that. There's no expectations, you see. The truth is, that has been revealed, is this, that whatever these words come from, whoever speaks these words, and there is no specific individual speaking these words, there is this talking that takes place. There is no organized talking. There is no purpose of talking, no gain from talking. There is simply talking, and it's going straight for the jugular, straight for the ego. Because my true master, U.G. Krishnamurti, has obviously left a mark somewhere. And his teaching is so direct. He says, I will tell you nothing. But there is obviously some connection from this past saint who did not like being called a saint, to say, no, maybe we need to take a slightly more gentle approach, but not too gentle, you see. So let's get on with it, you see. I think now is time. There's an urge, there's a desperation from the words now. Let's go and rattle this ego big time. Only the brave will sit this next few moments out. Only the ones that are serious about this moment, you see. It has to be about the moment. Deep in every single being's core is this knowing of this moment. Not a time moment, not any moment that can be described by mind, known about by mind. Mind can give no information, no help in understanding this moment. So what this moment is this stateless state, you see, infinite life, infinite stability, infinite instability, infinite love. Everything that can be described, considered, thought of, experienced, sensed is in this moment, and it is always the same. Always the same. So whatever you are here to experience, whether it is infinite love, you will experience it in this moment. In this moment, you will take out infinite love, and you will be that for the whole existence in this body from now, after this video. Let's go. This stateless state lies in the middle, and everything that is happening right now is coming from it. You, this one, the experiences, the mind, everything is coming from this one, is projecting from this one. Let's look at this projection. One of the things that keeps everyone in this either or state is questions and answers. Okay? Question, answer. You ask a question. The question, any question. A very, very simple question and a very simple answer. But I want you to ask this question to yourself. Am I a man? Not me. You're asking it to yourself, whatever sex you are. Am I a man or a woman? You see? Who asked the question? You asked the question, right? Am I a man or a woman? The answer will come from whatever your sex you are that is watching will come. So we have a question that has been answered. The question was asked by you and the answer by you. Where did the answer come from? Your knowledge, your brain, whatever you want to say. Wherever you think your answer is stored, it came from there. Where did the original answer come from? Because you learned this answer. Something or someone down the line said to you that you are a man or a woman. Initially, a boy or a girl, a man and a woman. So the original answer did not come from you. The original answer came from another. Way back in time, whenever words were invented, this was the answer that was given. We must call this one that is different from this one two separate names. So the answer is not new. Whatever sex you said you are, I'm a man, came from a memory of the mind. So the answer did not come from you. The original answer did not come from you. It came passed down the line. The question, did the question come from you? No. How can you ask a question about a man and a woman if you don't know what the answer is? You see, man and woman are two words. The words man and woman have to be learned before you can understand what the words mean. So somewhere down the line, someone said to you, he is a man, he is a woman, he is a boy, he is a girl. So you already have the answer, you see. The answer has to come first. The answer has to be here first. In this particular question, let's not get too excited and move away. From this particular question, you have to know the answer, which is the words man and woman, and what they are pinned to, before you can ask the question. This one, because of this shape of his body and these differences from this body, is a man, and this one is a woman. Very good. I know that now. You see, I know that. So when you ask yourself the question, am I a man or a woman? It comes from the answer of the original information, the original learning. So the answer came first, the question came second. Now, who asked the answer and who answered the answer? If you say me to yourself, then me must be the name of the original one who told you man and woman. Because me is mind. You see, the answer came from another's mind, or another's voice, or another's interpretation. It's stored into your mind or your brain, whatever you want to say. You know, I'm not here to say what you know. So therefore, mind initially had stored the answer, and then mind itself asked the question to mind, knowing the answer already. So what is the purpose of this? Answer comes first. Answer is not new. Answer is not anything fresh. Therefore, you will not find anything in future from old answer. Yeah. Anything that mind asks that it knows the answer cannot be anything but inherited information. So, who wants to know whether they're man or woman? Mind wants to know, and mind will provide the answer. Mind already has the answer, so the answer you know before you ask the question is there. You know before you ask that question what you are, because of learning. Now this is where it gets very interesting. See? So we have established that answer must come before question. If it has came from a secondary source, if it is from anything that you have learned, inherited, or found externally from you. So what if mind comes up? Who comes up with a question that has no answer? It cannot be mind, you see. Mind cannot come up with a question that it does not know the answer to, you see, because if the question comes up, it cannot be a true question. Yeah, because the answer has to come first. Okay? So when you say mind to yourself, I wonder if there is a God. Is there a God? Any information on this word God that mind has stored since you can remember, it can remember, has to be an answer that came from someone else. Even though you do not know the answer, because there is none, up till now, the answer probably is, I don't know. You see? Our mind may come up with hundreds of tiny considered answers. Everything is God. God is in the sky. God is a white beard. God is a man. God is this invisible universal force. Everything that you've been heard will come up with this question. The question that you have never ever asked has to be a new question. So there cannot be an answer for it. Anything new, there cannot be an answer, because that is what the whole concept of questions and answer we have been told is. We need to find a question that has never been answered. So there is no chance of an answer coming, because answer has to come first. Because anything that you experience as an answer has to come from past. Or does it? You see? Why would mind continually ask itself the same questions, knowing that the answers are useless because it already has them, so there's no real challenge there? Because, as U.G. Krishnamurti says, society will keep regurgitating the same questions and the same answers. To stop the one who wants to know a new question from finding out anything. So there is a ulterior motive from this ego mind, society mind, to stop anyone asking a question that has never been answered, or finding an answer that has never been questioned. So when you ask the question, who am I? Mind will come up with the answer. A person. You're John, you're Graham, you're Bill, you're Susan, you're Anne. What am I? You're a human. You're a body. Where am I? In your house, in your garage, in your car, at work. The answers are already answers from questions for billions and billions of years. So when you come up with a question, now when you say you, Who is you that comes up with the question? Only you come up. Only the true you, and this is a very important point, appear when a new question comes up. Because if it's an old question, it has to be mind. Yeah? Do you understand this? If it's an old question that has been asked before, it has to be mind. So when you say, or if it's a question that you maybe not have asked before, but an answer has been provided by your own mind, by another mind on television, in a book, you've heard someone asking it, whatever, the answer will come up from all this information that you have experienced. So when you ask yourself a question, or when this question rises, whoever it is, you will understand when the question rises, what is my purpose? Who can answer that question, you see? The question is about you, the one who asked. Another can say, oh, I know your purpose. Your purpose is to be a joiner. I know. Your father was a joiner. Your grandfather was a joiner. It's in the genes of the family. You were always going to be a joiner. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. See how mind will satisfy mind and keep you from asking or receiving an answer from the new, fresh, genuine question. That is why any question you ask when there are people around you, or whether there is information on Google or television or books or anything from the past, it is mind simply playing with mind. So when you ask the question, what is my purpose, on your own, mind says, what can I give this one? It cannot be mind asking the question, you see. There's never been an answer provided, because the answer will come up like that. The answer has to be here first. So if you have a purpose, somewhere in your deepest mind will say, I must answer this one. If no answer comes, you have defeated mind. Though you have came forward as new, fresh, and mind has not came up with something to deter you. It may try, like I said before, it may say, yeah, your purpose, you've always known your purpose. Your purpose was to be a father, you have 7 kids, you have a great purpose. Your purpose was to be a man in this country. All this is very tricky, intricate stuff from mind to stop you asking, you see. Ego mind, society mind, does not want a new question to be raised. It wants to intercept, interfere, put you off this. Ego mind does not want any single being to be enlightened. That is why society, to keep this human identity reappearing and reappearing and reappearing, to do the same old thing, work for someone else, make them rich, work for yourself, make yourself rich, try and improve things, try and make things, try and get superior, win countries over, be a king, whatever these things, to keep you coming back, bodies coming back and back and back. It has invented this question-answer scenario. So to beat mind, you, the one inside, will instinctively come up with a question that has never been asked before. If it's never been asked before to yourself, you may have held it out with. Hopefully you have not held an answer out with. You ask this question, nothing, even mind, can interfere or intercept. Are you going to get an answer? No, because the answer has to come first. If the answer arises, it cannot be a true answer, you see. What is the point then? The point is to become separate from ego mind, to keep ego mind at bay, and you continually ask a question with expectation of no answer. Ego mind will sit at the back of the class and try its hardest to try and intercept. But if you can constantly ignore it and continue with the question itself will burn out. The burning out is not the burning out of the question. The burning out is the burning out of the ego mind. This is a constant practice. What is my purpose? Nothing comes. Can the seer be seen? The question is so vague that even intellect mind cannot answer that one. What does he mean? What does he mean? And mind will come in and say, please rephrase. Please change this around. Make sense for me. I cannot understand this, you see. Who is the seer? What are you asking? You see? Your mind will come in and say, I don't get that, you see. I don't get that. If mind doesn't get it, you're no winner. You can ask it with questions that have been asked, answers that have been given hundreds of times. Am I a man or a woman? You're a man. No, thank you. No. Am I a man or a woman? You're a man. No, thank you. Am I a man or a woman? How many times do I have to tell you you're a man? No, thank you. Am I a man or a woman? I'm fed up with this one. I'm just going to let him. I'm going to detract him, you see. Yes, I beat you. Am I a man or a woman? Phone. Shit. I got him. See? This mind will intercept every single time. That is your discipline, you see. That is why I say you have to be a gladiator. I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to stick with a question. And I'm going to stick with a question. I am expecting no answer. I don't want an answer. If an answer comes, it's not true. Christ would have been put on the crucifix years before this if he'd asked these, if he'd conveyed these messages. It is the end of your ego. Temporarily. Ego has to return. Ego has to be destroyed for you to receive the Holy Spirit, receive the blessings of Christ or God or who comes into your body whilst this ego has backed off. And then it cleans you out, empties you out, and prepares you for a new ego. Same old ego, but fresh, happy. I'm back. Thank you so much for taking me back. Stick with the question. I am a man. No. Am I a man or a woman? Look at two, you see. Look at both sides. You see? The answer is already there. Am I a man or a woman? Who is asking the question? The one in the middle has to be asking the question. When an answer comes, it has to be from this side or this side, this state or this state. Am I a man or a woman? You're a man. No. Thank you. Am I a man or a woman? Thank you. Am I a man or a woman? You're a man. Thank you. Am I a man or a woman? Am I a man or a woman? Am I a man or a woman? Thank you. Am I a man or a woman? Thank you. You'll know when the question is burnt out, because your whole body will be released. Ego will go. It wants to annoy someone else, you see. I can't get this one. I'm going to go next door, you see. But I'm going to be waiting. The moment this one stops this, you see, I'm going to be back in. I done it. Popsy's right. Hereness is right. I feel so good. I feel so good. Oh my God. I'm going to turn on the television for 10 minutes. People today in London were saying that there was a big question about being men or women. Are you a man or a woman? I'm a man. No, thank you. And thank you. Namaste. Advanced teaching. More to come.